Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 101 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Big Shot Bob Van Stratton. I'm joined tonight by the great Rodney Newpol, the legend himself, on this fabulous Tuesday night. Rodney, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. Doing well. It's another beautiful night in Central Illinois, and a lot of sports going on in LCS tonight. So that's going on. NBA, we are 1 week away. I don't think we got much on the docket for tonight, but maybe next Tuesday or even Friday we can talk about that. And doing well. Thank you for the introduction.
I am very, very excited about the NBA coming back. Yes, we're exactly 1 week away from opening night. I was texting you a little bit about it yesterday. It has totally taken me by surprise because I feel like I've just been consumed by. I'm a little less consumed now with baseball playoffs. Obviously, still happening, still enjoying it. But like I've been consumed by football and the start of hockey, and it's like, oh, now NBA is thrown into the mix, and I'm just like, I'm not mentally ready for it. But we're going to talk about it anyway next week.
October brings it to you fast and furious, and I know I am higher on this one than you are, but we're less than 3 weeks away from college basketball full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Now I will give you that early season college basketball is kind of but it's still going on and it still matters. And there are still big games early on. In fact, Florida and Arizona play opening night. That's a fun game, but it's not as urgent as a season as like NFL. Like NFL, when you get started, you got to go. College basketball, you can kind of work out the kinks a little bit for 6 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, then I mean, you get like those fun, like, hey, we're gonna play on this this naval carrier, like this carrier ship. Those types of college basketball games, those are fun. What's the thing that they do every year at MSG? Like with your Duke and Michigan State.
So it actually floats locations. It's been United Center. It's been Gainbridge. It's been to New York City. I think it might be New York City this year. The Champions Classic, big one. Kansas, Duke, Michigan State, Kentucky. 4 powerhouses. And that's always a good event. 2 games, back-to-back games. It's usually mid-November. So that's coming up in a month. But it comes at us quick.
Are you sorry, quick change of subject here. Have you watched any of the Dodgers Brewers game tonight?
Not tonight. Just got home about 20 minutes ago from my daughter's softball doubleheader tonight. Another beautiful night out there. But I see the score and I see the Dodgers are kind of running away. I don't think we're surprised that the Dodgers are going to go up 2-0 in this series, are we?
No, not at all. It's it is the typical like Milwaukee Brewers. Yesterday they had 1 run, 2 hits. That run came in the 9th inning. Tonight they get the leadoff home run, Jackson Churio, first at bat, bottom of the first, homer. That is their only run of the game. They have 3 hits. So in so far through almost 2 full games at home, they've had 2 runs and 5 hits.
Yeah.
And they are staring at 0-2 going to Los Angeles. And that's not where you want to be if you're the Milwaukee Brewers. And like that kind of sucks, man. Like I know, we were both kind of saying like the Brewers run was going to eventually come to an end here. And I picked them to beat the Cubs. I went on a limb and said, all right, I think that they're going to find a way to do it. I'd pick them in 5. We didn't do official predictions for the CS, but I would have taken the Dodgers. I'm sure you would have as well. It's just like, it's a bummer. Because like at no point were the Dodgers looking like a dominant, great team this year, but then they just, they get the clutch hits. They make the clutch plays. They don't make the mistakes. Now that double play yesterday was bizarre, but like aside from that, they do enough to win these games.
Yeah, no, I would have taken the Dodgers and Seattle. I really liked Seattle's momentum coming in. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, it's easier said than done after they're up 2-0. But not on the official show picks, but with others, I did say Dodgers Seattle. So looking good. But I think that Seattle Toronto series, I think that one has a chance of getting extended out a little bit. Toronto will get going at some point, possibly. I think the Dodgers might lose one somewhere along the way. Might not be interested. Maybe game 3, game 4, somewhere around there. But I'll go 5. I'll go Dodgers in 5 in that one.
Yeah, Brewers it'll be a gentleman's sweep. Like Brewers will get a game.
Yeah.
So if it holds right now, we're looking at Dodgers versus Mariners. And we were gonna talk a little baseball at the end of the show, just kind of like what you would be rooting for. Like, I know you're an NL Central guy. Brewers are a rival, so understandable if you're not like super gung ho about the Brewers in this series. Do you have like an AL lean of like who you prefer to win that series? Because like I definitely am rooting for Seattle, a team that, as insane as it is, has never been to a World Series, let alone won one. When you think about all the great players that have put on that uniform.
Yeah, no, I want to see Seattle. I mean, I've always had some fondness to Seattle. I've never been to the city before, but the late 80s, early 90s, Rodney loved watching Seattle play. Nobody. I don't know a single person that did not like watching Ken Griffey Jr. growing up playing. Now, you were several years younger than me, but you still know.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
but like it's funny, like my memories of really when I started to like know baseball, like started like understand baseball and like watch it and like really just like start to absorb it was like when he was a Red.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like the same thing like Michael Jordan. Like my memories of watching Michael Jordan play basketball, actually play basketball, was as a Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just like it sucks. Like
Yeah.
it's not great. And it's the same with Griffey. And obviously like A-Rod's the same thing. Like I of course know that he was, a Mariner for those years, but like I didn't like A-Rod. To me, it starts with the Rangers. Like those
Yeah.
2 years with the Rangers. Like
Yeah.
there's just certain guys right around that, like pretty much where you were in the year 2000 is like that's what I remember you as.
Yeah. Now those were Griffey and Jordan, both wheelhouse years for me, because 1989 I was 7. Like the young kid, very influential. Whatever's on sports were the heroes, right? So like that, those were Griffey, Jordan, those were the prime years for those guys. So
Yeah.
No, I if I was rooting interest, I would be taking the Mariners, and honestly, I'm taking the Dodgers. I don't want to like Milwaukee. I don't have a reason for hating them, but they're in the Cardinals division. So I wanted the Dodgers and I wanted Seattle. And I want Seattle to beat the Dodgers in 4.
Oh, yeah. I will become the biggest Seattle Mariners fan you have ever met if that is the series. Yeah, that would be fun. And just like Cal Raleigh and you got Ohtani on the other side. Yeah, it would be quite exciting. But all right. Real quick, we got a lot of football stuff to get to tonight. And if you're watching us on Twitter, if you're watching us on YouTube, appreciate you watching us. Feel free to chime in at any point. But I wanted to shout out this. So on Friday, Rodney casually mentioned that he was doing the announcing for the Morton High School freshman football game. As the great friend I am, who just happens to live within earshot of the football stadium, I was like, you know what? It's about 5:00 now. I'm going to take my dog on a nice walk. And we're taking a nice stroll, and we went all the way around the stadium. I got to hear Rodney do his little pregame introductions, shouting out the sponsors, saying 3rd down and 8. It's a fumble recovered by the Potters. And I gotta say, like, you nailed it, man.
Yeah.
You can tell this is not your first rodeo doing PA. I know you did a lot of minor league baseball, and I'm sure you've done it at the high school before. But I want to say you did a very good job. I was very impressed.
Well, thank you. I actually jumped in the JV game last night. You may have heard me last night if you were out there. But yeah, and I'll probably be back a week from Friday for the final freshman game. But no, I enjoy doing it. Keeps me involved. I always want to stay involved, and that's the way of staying involved. And so the first 3 or 4 home freshman games, they didn't have one. And a football game without like any PA, they just didn't have anybody, and
it gets confusing.
Yeah, and it just. You need something because they don't even play music like during right. It was just so quiet, and so yeah, it was good. It was fun, and thanks for listening. I was getting your text. I was.
Well,
I heard your text.
I was sending videos of you. Like I was pulling a photo and waiting until you talk, and then I would like get the video and then I would put it in the group chat just so our friends could also hear and be like, "See, he has abilities. He's good at this."
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was just a good time.
Yeah. No, it was fun. And like, because the referees don't have microphones like they do in the NFL. Correct. So they're signaling. So you have to know what the penalty is based on the gestures. Like that takes a level of football know-how.
Yeah. And so, and last night was a little difficult in the JV game because the opponent wore white jerseys with like silver numbers. And their skill players were all like 5, 6, 9. And so like there was times where I just didn't announce their names because like I didn't know if I had the right number. Like you literally could not tell. But they were the visitors. So you could get, that first down run was tackled by number 40, and you could mention the tackle for the Potters. And no, it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, quit wearing confusing numbers. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Very, very hard. All right, let's get to the professional ranks here. So last night, I can't remember my last opinion on the 2 Monday night football games. It's a lot, man. It's getting to be too much. And I learned this, Rodney, that next week we have the doubleheader where it's an actual doubleheader where it's a good game. It's Lions-Bucks, I think, in Detroit. Is the first game. Standalone game. Great. But then after that is a 9 p.m. kickoff of Texans Seahawks. And I can tell you right now, I ain't staying up for Texans Seahawks.
Yeah. Bedtime will come for that one. Yeah. Houston at Seattle. Second game. Wow. Okay. Tampa Detroit's a good one.
It's a very good one. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing against Houston, Seattle, but like NFL games kicking off after 9 p.m. don't sit right with me.
Yeah. I mean, because it's 2:40 regardless, 2 hours 40 minutes regardless, if not more.
Yes.
And so we're looking at midnight here, and just imagine if you're East Coast guy. The East Coast guys are starting this game after 10.
Right. So why? So why? Why are we doing that? Like as the NFL, why are we doing a game that like half the country is going to be asleep for?
Well, at least in Seattle, it's only 7. That'll be an interesting night. So I'm trying to think what the ALCS will be out of Seattle by then. Yeah, because they'll be the next 3 nights. They'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that would be game 7, though, if the Mariners play in Toronto, I believe. Because if I'm thinking this right, without looking at the schedule, game 3 will be Wednesday, game 4 will be Thursday, game 5 will be Friday. They'll take Saturday off and they'll play game 6 on Sunday and game 7 on Monday. So if there is a game 7, the fans in Seattle will be very conflicted that night.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to go.
Yes, but the game would be in Toronto.
Yeah.
It would be starting. So it would probably start at like 7. Let's just call it 7 p.m. Eastern, which would be 4 Pacific. So it wouldn't overlap, right? Like they would go. Yeah, right. So they would go.
In fact, it could start even earlier because that could also be an NLCS game 6. So they could do the Toronto game at 4 and the Milwaukee game at 7. I don't know, but anyways, it could be a very conflicted night for the city of Seattle.
All that to say, we had 2 games last night. I guess both of them to some were surprising. The first one was Buffalo against Atlanta. And I guess it's surprising that the Falcons pretty much led the entire way through. And there were many moments in the second half where it seemed like, all right, this is a touchdown game. The Falcons just got a field goal blocked. Buffalo is gonna make it happen, but it never happened for the Bills, and it was just one of the poorer efforts from the Bills, who have now dropped 2 straight. And then the Bears-Commanders game, and I say surprising are the results of the differential in penalties, like some of the ridiculous moments that the Bears had, that it's like, oh, this is how they lose these games, and yet still winning at the end when it was all said and done. So between those two, which one were you saying, man, I'm very shocked by how this transpired?
I'm more shocked by Atlanta beating Buffalo. Something's not right with Buffalo, clearly, at this point. And then you go to the Bears-Commanders side. Like, we kind of had this feeling about Washington coming into the season, like it was going to be kind of a downer from last year. And let's be honest here. We'll give the Bears their flowers, but like, they are competent, right? Like, we joke about Wonder Boy, but they're competent, right? They're competent now. And I know they've made mistakes, and you can chalk up that one loss early in the year to Ben Johnson being a first-year coach, but they're competent, right? Caleb Williams is confident enough, and he's taking care of the ball enough, and he's not getting sacked nearly as much, that they're competent. So, and when I talk about my rankings, like Commanders, Bears, right as in the same tier. I mean, I had Buffalo right at the top, in Atlanta, right 19-20. So that's a bigger surprise to me, Atlanta, and not only beating them, but handling them. Bijan, big game for Bijan, 170 yards or something. So
yeah,
that's my surprise.
Yeah, 170 on the ground, another 68 receiving yards. Yeah, he was incredible. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong in Buffalo, but I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm watching them and I can't quite figure it out what the issue is yet. Like, some teams it's like pretty clear. It's like, oh yeah, like they're struggling here, but like Buffalo, I'm like, I'm not sure what's going wrong there. So, but like dropping the home game to New England, okay. Like, Patriots clearly better than we thought. Division game, it happens.
Yeah.
At Atlanta, now you have questions. And who did the Bills have next year? So they are all right. This is interesting here. So they have a bye. So this is a good week for the Bills to have a bye.
Yeah.
Just to say, guys, what the hell is going on? But then they got to go to Carolina. And apparently the Carolina Panthers are unbeatable in their building.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, they host the Kansas City Chiefs, who might be back.
Yeah, although they just lost as well. They lost to Detroit, right? No, they beat Detroit. You're right.
Yeah.
But they lost to Jacksonville the week before. So I don't know as if we're quite – I'm not going to go back on Kansas City quite yet. I'm just going back to we don't know shit about the NFL. Like, nobody does. Yeah. Like, week in and week out, not a surprise if 31 in my power rankings beats 2 or 3 in the power rankings. Not all that surprised. Looking down Buffalo's schedule, they still have Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh coming up as well, and the Eagles. So, we're talking about a team that 3 weeks ago, were like, they'll win the division in week 11. Now they're not even winning the division. They are in second place in the division. So some definite concerns there. That Carolina game will be interesting. Like, if they get back on track and can win that one, I think we will start seeing them. But if they lose that one, there is big time concern in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, and especially coming out of the bye as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, they should be prepared and ready to go and get as much health as needed. But we'll see.
Yeah. But to now for the second game, which you were saying, like, it's so weird because the Commanders had 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
The Bears had 0. Generally speaking, both teams were pretty even in the amount of time, like possessions and plays ran, and like they were about the same on third downs. Like, they played pretty much evenly, but like the difference was Bears got called for a lot more penalties, which I think a lot of those penalties were really, really questionable personally. And then Washington with the turnovers. And the Bears were able to squeak by and won. By the way, second straight game for the Bears that they won 25-24.
That's wild.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
Wild.
Yeah. So that's that's a kind of a strange coincidence there, but they're okay, like they're competent. I'll say this with the Bears, like what I think makes that offense clearly better is when they focus on the run game, and like DeAndre Swift was incredible. And I would almost say DeAndre Swift single-handedly was the reason that they were able to get into range where Jake Moody was like, all right, this is a comfortable field goal make here, because like they handed off to Swift and he was getting the ball 2-3 yards in the backfield and he was getting 12 yards out of it. And just kept advancing the ball here. Like I think Caleb maybe threw one pass on that sort of game-winning drive, but it was all Swift. And he gets 108 yards rushing. He gets 67 yards receiving, including the touchdown, which that was another touchdown where the Washington guy just missed the tackle, just straight up missed the tackle, and Swift just goes to the house. Like a weird game, but like you can't just be like, oh, the Bears got lucky, because what it is like the Bears have been on the other side of that for my whole life, a lot of years. Like this is a game that the Bears lose and they're on the other side of that. So they were finally able to sort of be on the right end. And like, that's what happens in the NFL. Like most teams, you have games where you're like, oh my God, we were so unlucky. And then other ones where you're like, we got a break. And I think the Bears got some breaks there. And like Jaden Daniels, that fumble that was just ridiculous. That to give the Bears the ball back and then eventually set up that game-winning drive. Yeah, I would say, like, okay, so like the Falcons I picked obviously before the year when we were doing our predictions. I said the Falcons were going to be Buffalo, so I can't really be like, oh my God, I'm so stunned by it. So I guess I'll say like the Bears like finding a way to win that game that they always lose.
Yeah. Yeah. And me think if you talk about the Bears, they've won back-to-back road games now, which is big in the NFL. And now, they're looking at the Saints at home this weekend. They're favorite in that one. And then suddenly that trip to Baltimore at the end of October is like, that's not that bad. That's not that bad of a game.
If Lamar Jackson's still out, man, like that's a game they're favorite. Yeah, I know where this is going for sure.
And then you're starting November at the Bengals. Nobody's scared of the Bengals. Joe's not back by that game. They're hosting your New York Giants. Now, Giants have been much better and they've got a little swag going. So that's a little bit more of a scary game. And then it's at Minnesota and with Pittsburgh. So, you're a Bears fan, you got to be thinking at 3-2, we got a shot with just as much as anybody. Is it everybody in that division? No, Packers got one loss, but everybody else has two losses.
Yeah. It's definitely, you look at that schedule and it says, hey, like there's a path now for them to get back in the season despite starting 0-2. And like I'm doing the same thing right now with the Giants. Like I'm looking like all it takes is a Thursday night win and I'm being like, hey, so like Denver hasn't looked great. But Denver's 4-2, but I'm like, Bo Nix doesn't look that good. I feel like they get upset. Eagles, saw just what happened to the Eagles. 49ers, well, I don't know. Is it going to be Mac Jones? And like, I'm already playing these situations in my head, and I'm talking myself into them winning 12 games. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's not happening.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it's like, that's just like all it takes. And whether you're a Giants fan, Bears fan, like whatever, all it takes is that one win. And suddenly you're like, okay, I've seen that you're capable of winning games, that you're capable of winning like big games, whether it's on the road, whether it's against a rival, as an underdog, whatever. And then you're like, okay, so clearly like there are pieces there. So let's start playing best case scenario and seeing like what happens if those pieces show up for this week. And this week, and you just like talk yourself into it. I'm just saying, like what I'm doing, Bears fans doing the exact same thing today. They've won 3 games in a row. That schedule suddenly looks a lot easier than we thought it was in August. So I don't blame them at all.
No, and that's the NFL. It's kind of the beauty of the NFL, and that's why what is it any given Sunday, right? Like we don't know what's going to happen, and I'll just continue to say it. We don't know shit about the NFL.
Yeah. All right, so. Let's transition here. I want to bring back one of our this might have been our first ever official segment on the show, dating back to our first or second episode of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. The longtime listeners know that we like to play a game called Gas or Ass. Now the rules are simple. We go through and Rodney and myself say, hey, gas or ass. And since this is the NFL edition, what I'm going to do, Rodney, is I'm going to have 4 teams here. These are 4 teams that currently have winning records that are, kind of looking like they could be in the playoff mix. So we're going to go through, we're going to talk a little bit about them and say, gas, this team is going to make the playoffs. They are legit. Or ass, not legit, flash in a pan, missing the playoffs. All right, you ready for number 1?
Sure.
All right. The first team in gas or ass, the 4-2 New England Patriots. The Patriots, as Rodney mentioned earlier, are now leading the AFC East. They got a nice win over the New Orleans Saints to move to 4-2. Drake May looks really, really good. And a lot of people that were like high on the Patriots in the preseason, where I was like, oh, I don't know, they're looking like the smart ones right now. So, Rodney, as of the third of the way mark in the NFL season, where are you at with the Patriots? Are you saying gas or ass?
I'll gas the Patriots up at 4-2. I do think they can make the playoffs, really mostly because, well, I mean, yes, they're a talented team with Drake May. Receivers are stepping up. They've been able to run the ball. They're well coached now, as opposed to maybe a year or so ago. Their schedule's not difficult. It's the Titans and the Browns in the next 2 weeks. The Jets and the Bengals come calling later. The Jets again, the Dolphins again. They've got the Ravens in there. Yeah, I think the Patriots can make the playoffs, and it really goes more towards the NFC North not being any good. I think the Patriots can make the playoffs. Do I think they win the AFC East? I'll go no on that one. Do I think they can make the playoffs? I will go yes on that one as one of the 3 wild cards. I will gas the New England Patriots up.
That's kind of where I'm at. I would say in the context of the game where we're talking about, yes, this team is going to make the playoffs, I'm going to say gas. I think that the schedule is really, really nice. As you mentioned, at Tennessee on Sunday, and then following that up, hosting the Browns. Like, just like that, they're 6-2. Then they got Atlanta, who, like, obviously we can't sit here and be like, oh, Atlanta. Like, Atlanta has some moments where they could be pretty decent and may or may not be a team in gas or ass here. But, like, that's potentially 7-2 before you go to Tampa and face Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Like, if the Patriots are able to be 7-2 or even 6-3, like, that's good. That's going to be in really, really good shape just based on how the AFC is looking right now. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm hitting gas. Do they win the division? Not 100%. I'm still not burying Buffalo, but I think the Patriots are good enough to be a playoff team.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars are also 4-2. They're second, a game behind the Indianapolis Colts right now in the AFC South. Some of the Jaguars' big wins this year include at the 49ers, hosting the Chiefs. However, they just had a bad week against the Seattle Seahawks at home. They lost to the Bengals in a game that Joe Burrow got hurt in the game. So it was like Jake Browning who was the one that beat them. Their next game, they're the London game. So they play the Rams in London this Sunday. And then they got the Raiders and the Texans on the road here. So where are you at with the Jaguars right now? Probably better than some thought, but gas or ass?
I'm going to go ass on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. Yes, they are getting their fair share of turnovers on the defensive side. That's helping them quite a bit. I just am not sold on their offense. Trevor Lawrence, still Brian Thomas connection, still really. I mean, they kind of got going a little bit, a couple throws, couple catches, didn't really get in the end zone much. Travis Hunter really hasn't gotten going offensively. I still think Indianapolis. Well, I don't still think because I didn't have them. I still think Houston might catch them in the division. To be quite honest with you, for second place, and Indianapolis is the favorite now in that division. I will take ass, and I will take them to not make the AFC playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning ass as well with the Jaguars. I think so. Like this is a team that like definitely looks like it's going to be 7-8 wins. I don't know if they're going to quite get to where they need in order to make the playoffs in the AFC. They just might fall a little bit short here. Also played 4 of their 6 games at home so far, so they're going to have some road battles coming up as well. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm leaning ass with the Jaguars. Number 3, the Minnesota Vikings, who are, despite having Carson Wentz for now, I think the majority of their games, are 3-2. They've had comeback wins against the Chicago Bears. They survived against the Cleveland Browns, but they lost in Dublin to the Steelers, and they lost pretty good to the Falcons back in week 2 on that Sunday night game in Minnesota. So at 3-2 right now, with the Vikings hosting the Eagles in their next game, are you taking gas or ass with the Vikings?
I will. So this is a bad choice by me, but I'm going to go ass on this one. I don't know why I am doubting Kevin O'Connell, but I will.
Yeah.
I don't love their quarterback situation. Carson Wentz is there, and then even if J.J. McCarthy does come back, like, we really only saw like the last quarter of that first game him really do much damage. I wasn't real good after that. Eagles, Chargers, Lions. You got the Ravens. I know they've been struggling, but like, you got to think maybe they come back and come some kind of earth maybe at some point. Bears, Packers, Seahawks. Like, the schedule's not really easy for Minnesota.
Yeah,
it's a tough division. I think there's 4 teams that could be battling for it in that division. I will take ass. Minnesota does not make the playoffs.
I'm going ass as well. And what I'm, if I'm a Vikings fan, I'm upset with the fact that, like, in my mind, it was like, okay, JJ McCarthy, if he struggles early on, well, at least he's going to be better. Sort of, he's getting reps, he's getting experience, and kind of as the season goes, he'll grow. He's got a great coach, but he's not getting the on-field reps right now. He got hurt. So, like, he's missing valuable development time. So by the time he does come in, he's going to be facing really tough teams that the Vikings desperately need to beat in order to stay in the playoff contention. And it's like, it's a bad situation now, given what the original plan was. So I'm with you. And plus, like, the division's good. Like, you got 4 teams now that are above 500. Like, the Bears are last place. They're 3-2.
Yeah.
Like, the Lions are good. Sure. The Packers are good. So yeah, it's tough for Minnesota. And what's crazy with the Vikings too is that they let go of both Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones this year, and arguably 2 of the top 5 MVP considerations for quarterback right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but Kevin O'Connell likes his guys, I guess. He likes Carson Wentz. He likes J.J. McCarthy. So, I just think they're up against too much. Their running game with Jordan Mason's actually been a little bit better than it was with Aaron Jones, right? Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Mason's been pretty good. Justin Jefferson hasn't really gotten going much this year, but I changing of quarterback, some backup quarterback situation. Something's not right there. And honestly, they shouldn't have beat Cleveland. Like, Cleveland probably should have beat them. They really needed kind of a miracle to beat the Bears. And then, they beat the Bengals 48-10. So I will take Minnesota to miss the playoffs.
All right, our final team for gas or ass. They got a big win last night. It's the Atlanta Falcons, who, if you want to talk about a weird team, this Atlanta Falcons team that just handled the Buffalo Bills pretty good, that went to Minnesota in a primetime game and won. By the way, so that's now 2-0 for the Falcons straight up in primetime. Yeah. Also lost 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Where are you at with the Atlanta Falcons? Are you saying gas or ass? And I think this might be our first disagreement, but I want to hear where you're at with them.
I'm very conflicted on the Atlanta Falcons, so I'm not sure it will be a disagreement because I'm not sure what I like here. Well, I do think Atlanta can finish second in this division. I do think they are better than Carolina. I know they're better than New Orleans. Second in the division theoretically can get you in the playoffs. I'm looking at, I think 3 teams from the NFC South, West could get in. I think 2 teams from the NFC East could get in. There's a bunch in the NFC North. So, like, does a second team from the NFC South get in? I don't know. So I'm really conflicted here. I think they are like a 9-8 team. I'll go for the sake of this contest as ass, and Atlanta does not make the playoffs.
I'm going to say gas with the Atlanta Falcons. Keep in mind, this is a year after you and I were both all in on Kirk Cousins' Falcons, and they faded down the stretch. But this blew my mind here. So obviously, you look at some of the players that they got. Bijan Robinson's been incredible. Drake London looks really, really good. Michael Penix has his moments, but I would say he's coming along and had a really, really good game yesterday. Did you know that the Atlanta Falcons right now are first in the NFL in total defense, meaning that they have allowed the fewest yards per game, fewer than Denver, fewer than Green Bay, fewer than the Chargers. The Atlanta Falcons are number 1 in team total defense. They're also number 2 in total offense. They have the second most average yards per game behind only the Dallas Cowboys. In addition, they also have the league's best rushing, which makes sense when you look at Bijan Robinson stuff. So if I were to say, hey, Rodney, there's a team right now that's in a weak division that has the second best total offense and the best total defense in the NFL, are you saying gas or ass? And I don't give you anything else besides that. I just say that. Where are you leaning? And they also have, and they have the best running back in the NFL. Where are you at?
You're right. No, I think I definitely go gas on that one if that is the case. And I don't know what it is. Like, I have no faith that Raheem Morris and his staff, and don't get me wrong, Raheem Morris probably is. I mean, he's obviously some kind of good leader there, but I don't have any faith that he will continue to give Bijan the ball enough or find ways to get him the ball enough coming down the stretch in big games. Like, I've seen Atlanta lose on a field goal way too many times in a one possession game, or get beat 30-0 by Carolina. So that's where the ask comes from. But I did start it by saying I'm super conflicted on Atlanta. Looking at their schedule at the 49ers, not a great matchup there, with the Dolphins, at the Patriots, at the Colts, with the Panthers, at the Saints, at the Jets. That's a lot of winnable games. It's a lot of winnable games. So probably going to be wrong on this one. I just think if you're 9-8, you're not making the playoffs, and Atlanta's kind of destined to go 9-8, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those teams where, and we've seen this too in the NFL, where there's who was it? Was it? I don't remember how many years ago, but remember when the Chargers had the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense in the NFL and missed the playoffs?
Yeah.
It was of course, only the Chargers do this. I feel like that would be the Atlanta Falcons. 9-8, have a top 2 or 3 offense and defense and miss the playoffs, because that's just some franchises are just destined to do that sort of thing. All right, let's get to your power rankings here. So as always, you do the top 5, bottom 5. We're going to start with your bottom 5 here. And there's mostly no surprises, but I'm going to push back somewhere. So why don't you go ahead and kick us off here?
Number 32, the worst team in the NFL is the New York Jets.
No pushback. No, they're terrible. Awful. -10 passing yards.
Yeah, the number 31, the second worst team is the Tennessee Titans. Fired their head coach. Have not looked good. My co-host Skeeter on Fantasy Focus every week will say, it's coming for Tennessee. It's coming for Tennessee. They've got one coming. That offense is going to come around. Has not come around. You look at them this week, the new head coach bump that they might get. Okay. But I think overall they're still 31 in the NFL. They're not very good. Maybe an argument that number 30, the Saints, could be worse. Saints aren't very good either. You got much argument there. I mean, this could go either way. 31-30. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're what's the word? We're cutting hairs here.
Splitting hairs. Splitting hairs
with this one.
Yeah.
And so I'll go there. 29. I'm going to go Cincinnati Bengals. Like, this is a bad football team and have not been competitive. And when you're not competitive over and over and over, 4 straight now, and I'm not sure there's any end in sight. They got the Steelers coming up Thursday night. They might beat the Jets and next Sunday, but I'll go them 29. And then I'm going to go the Cleveland Browns 28, 2 back-to-back divisional teams there, both in the same division. Now, the Bengals did beat the Browns earlier in the year, but that was with Joe Burrow. He's not played. Jets 32, Titans 31, Saints 30, Bengals 29, Browns 28.
Yeah, so the Jets, Titans. So, okay, you asked me on Sunday, I think it was, neutral field, Browns or Dolphins.
Yeah.
While I said that Dolphins, I think let's put it this way. I think the Dolphins could win that game only because they don't have a rookie 4th round pick as their quarterback, but also the Dolphins are just such a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Where I feel like as a 1-win team with a quarterback who is just airing out dirty laundry in the post game, they are such a disgrace. I feel like they have to be a bottom 5 team. I feel like they have to. So I would be okay with the Browns moving out and the Dolphins, and you just put the Dolphins at 31, and you just give all the other teams a raise, because I feel like the Saints have shown a lot more grit than the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, so I've got the Dolphins at 27, just outside the top 5.
Yeah.
They did just come up with a win, right? Miami just won, right?
No, they lost in disgrace again.
Oh yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
Arizona.
This was against the Chargers, where they took the lead late and then instantly, and then Ladd McConkey gets out of a tackle and then just runs for days, and then they kick a game-winning field goal and lose again.
So Dolphins 27, Arizona 26. I don't know about Arizona. Raiders 25. Ravens have fallen all the way to 24. Panthers 23, Giants 22.
Cowboys
21.
Imagine, Rodney, 6 weeks into the NFL season, you're going to put the New York Giants ahead of the Baltimore Ravens on your power rankings.
Yeah. Houston 20, Washington 19, Bears 18, Vikings 17. I don't know. It's all kind of a mix up from there.
All right. Well, I'm almost the bottom 5. I feel like most people would have at least 4 of your 5. The top 5 this year is so fascinating because, to be honest with you, I do not think there's a single fan base in the NFL that is looking at their team and saying, sweet, we got it all figured out. We're playing great. We're firing on all cylinders. I think every single fan base is disappointed in some regard right now. And I don't know if we've ever seen that.
Yeah. So top 5.
Ugh. Oh God. I hate watching them play football. I hate it.
I got no words. I hate
watching them.
I got no words. Pittsburgh Steelers come in at 5. They got 1 loss.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. They do. I hate watching them.
Number 4, Green Bay Packers, probably legit, but their loss to Cleveland just continues to stick in my mind of what the hell went on. They do only have 1 loss. They're number 4. They spread the ball out pretty well. Josh Jacobs is a stud. You mentioned Bijan being one of the best running back. Josh Jacobs probably has some argument there. He's been pretty good as well. Christian McCaffrey, he's pretty good too. But I'll go Packers 4. I'm gonna go Indianapolis Colts at 3. They just continue to get it done. They also have 1 loss. They're there. Tampa Bay's got to move to 2, and maybe this. And I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to it. Detroit's coming off a loss.
Yeah.
And I got them at number 1. I don't know. Who is the number 1 team? I don't know. Who is the number 1 team? Is it Tampa Bay? Is it Indianapolis?
It's probably Tampa Bay, I guess. Well, okay, so Indianapolis, their wins have been pretty impressive, even though the opponents necessarily haven't been. Tampa Bay is the opposite, where it's Tampa Bay, their wins have been close, but I think that they've beaten better teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
And then
just
Detroit, it's just like Detroit's a 2-loss team now. That's not even first place in their own division.
yeah. And I
But
got them
like,
number 1.
yeah. Where do you have the Chiefs, man? Because I feel like the Chiefs
Yeah.
at this time in like 2 weeks, you're gonna be looking at the Chiefs as the top 5 team again.
Yeah. So the rest of the top 10, I mean, I probably didn't dock these teams enough. Philadelphia at 6,
Yeah.
Buffalo at 7, San Francisco at 8, the Chargers at 9, and the Chiefs at 10. Now, the Chargers beat the Chiefs, right? Again, I know it was week 1. Like, it's hard for me to put Kansas City ahead of them. Then you got Denver at 11, Rams at 12, Seattle, New England, Jacksonville, and Atlanta from there. So, yeah, I mean, the Chiefs at 10, but like that's a 3-3 team, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. No,
it's very difficult, but I'll still take Detroit as the best team in the NFL right now. So I mean, I've got Detroit and the Colts as the AFC and NFC best team. That's wild.
Yeah, just like we all predicted before the
Yeah.
year. And neither the Eagles or the Bills, who were your 1 and 2 for the first month of the year, are now in the top 5.
No. And handy dandy bet us book.
Yeah.
You had the Colts 4-13. 4-13.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm very aware of where I had the Colts. They are my Vikings of 2025.
4-13.
Hey, Rodney.
7-10.
Hey, Rodney, what'd you have the Buffalo Bills at this
so
at this point in the year?
So I had them at 15-2. They're still right on track. All they have to do is win 12 straight.
Yeah.
And I also had the Baltimore Ravens at 13-4. They cannot get to 13-4. You had them at 12-5, so all they got to do is win 11 in a row.
Easy.
Yeah.
We also had the Cincinnati Bengals winning 12 games as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nobody knows shit about the NFL.
No. I mean, I also was expecting Joe Burrow to, play.
Yeah.
Silly me.
Play.
All right, let's recap our best bets for betting. We do this every single week on Friday where we have some college, some NFL games. We each give you 5 of our favorite plays. Rodney went all NFL. Wanted to avoid a get out of a lull for college football, so decided to go 5 NFL and started off with a win in what was easily the most disgusting NFL game of the 2025 season. What did the final end up being in this one? It was
didn't matter. They covered
12-10 or something. It might have been like 12-10. It was gross.
Jets. Jets. Not pretty. Justin Fields, man. 13-11 Broncos. So they covered with ease. They had 4.5 points to give. I got that one right. Good start for me on Sunday morning.
All right. Not a good start for college football. I went back to the Florida Gators. Well, I got a little confident. They were at College Station. I thought that they were going to keep it close. And, first half, I thought that they looked decent. It was passable. But then second half got a little carried away. They lost pretty comfortably. So that's an L. That's an L for the Florida Gators.
Yeah, so number 2, Baltimore Ravens. I continued to buy into the Ravens, and I continue to lose. I got no words here. They didn't get it done. They did not get it done, and the Rams took care of them.
All right. Now this one, I'll say. So I spent my Saturday being pissed off because I originally was going to take USC to cover against Michigan, which I did easily. But I changed it because of a conversation that we were having with a listener on Friday. And I was like, okay, Alabama, 2.5 against Missouri. That number's ridiculous. So I took it. Saturday, I saw Alabama win the game by 3 points, but then I couldn't remember if it was 2.5 or 3.5 because I think when the line closed on Saturday, it was 3.5. So all weekend, I'm stewing thinking, I can't believe I changed it. I lost. But it turns out that on Friday, they were only a 2.5 point favorite. So that's a win. Alabama wins by a field goal. Wasn't expecting it to be so close, but a win's a win. So 1-1 in college for me.
Okay, my next one was the New Orleans Saints over the New England Patriots. Continued to doubt the Patriots, and I continued to lose that one. Saints did not get it done. What was that final score? Not great. It was 25-19, so not terrible. I mean, one possession game, just couldn't keep it under 3.5. So I started 1 and 2.
I also started 1 and 2 because I, the fool, did not realize the Carolina Panthers are unbeatable at the Bank of America Stadium or whatever their field is in Charlotte. This was a fun game. It was one of the better games on the red zone slate, and the Carolina Panthers ended up winning and moving to 3-3 on the year. But the Dallas Cowboys lose as road favorites, so that's an L for me.
Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got it done. They beat Mac Jones.
He's not whack, but he's not lack. He's just Mac now.
I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. But, I mean, I got to get him credit for winning Thursday Night Football in L.A. And, like, still not a great situation there in San Francisco. Kendrick Bourne, 142 yards in that game, though.
I loved all of the people that were like, well, you got to play Jawan Jennings. He's going to be the guy. And then meanwhile, Kendrick Bourne gets 140 yards as Jawan Jennings after the game. He gets like 1 catch. And after the game, he's like, yeah, I have 5 broken ribs.
Yeah.
But not like he got it during the game. He had it going in. He's like, yeah, I played with 5 broken ribs. Like, maybe tell people that.
Yeah. Well, they don't.
Forward.
And that's what makes this so difficult to bet or put teams together.
Yeah.
1 catch, 7 yards. MVS is with that team. Yeah, Jake Tungus or whatever this guy's name is.
Yeah,
it's interesting in San Francisco, but Baker and Tampa got it done. So congrats, thank you, Baker.
And I went against you on this one. I said, hey, Tampa's playing a lot of close games. San Francisco seems to like getting these close games as well. Think maybe Tampa escapes but wins by 2-3 points, but Bucks pulled away late, so that's a loss for me.
Yeah, and then my last one, Detroit, kind of on the same lines as you had there with the Jawan Jennings. Detroit suddenly had like 4 linemen out.
Yeah,
who knew? And that's not a recipe to beat Patrick Mahomes.
No, I don't care that it was illegal. That first touchdown that they had, where it would have been Jared Goff catching his. Who was it? Was it Montgomery that threw the pass?
Yeah,
it's Montgomery, a screen to Goff that he kind of like bobbled but then caught. I think it should have counted. See, unlike the tush push, that's an illegal play that is fun. That is a fun thing to watch. But yeah, that's tough loss for Detroit. And I was able to salvage it though and prevent a 1-4 disaster for best bets for betting by taking the Falcons plus 4.5. Of course, they won outright on Monday, so that means that we were both 2-3 for the weekend, moving your record to 17-18, officially below 500, and keeping me at 19-16. So I maintain a 2-game lead in the standings. But of course, you have your Substack and the picks where you're many units up.
Many.
So,
yeah.
Don't let tonight's or this weekend's performance fool you. We're winning lots of units. All right, let's get out of here. We got a Mount Rushmore of number ones. As you can guess, we got a lot more number ones to choose from than like number 58s when we were doing this way back in the summer. So I guess we'll start in baseball. I'll give you a couple names here. Some of the better players to wear number one. So the top number one in MLB history, this is someone who obviously is going to be very, very close to Rodney's heart. It's the Wizard, Ozzie Smith. 19 years wearing the number one with the Padres, and then, of course, with the St. Louis Cardinals. Lou Whitaker follows him up an entire career with the Detroit Tigers, also number one. So a couple of great middle infielders. You also had Pee Wee Reese, former Brooklyn Dodger from way back when, Richie Ashburn. But I would say, yeah, Ozzie Smith and Lou Whitaker are the major standouts right now in Major League Baseball. Carlos Correa also wore number one with the Houston Astros. So
yeah, I think in this one you can chalk Ozzie up as in, and you can keep Lou as a. We'll see what the other sports bring, but yes, Ozzie Smith, another guy in my sports watching prime. It was 40 years ago today, I think, that Ozzie hit the home run, the famous "Go crazy, folks, go crazy." But that was Ozzie Smith. But yes, Ozzie Smith, you're in. Congratulations.
I'm looking real quick at hockey just to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Like number one is probably going to be like a number for goalies.
Yeah.
So just seeing if there's any amazing goalie that I like we're overlooking. I'm not finding any right now. And maybe if Hockey Guy Dan's listening, he could point out an obvious one. Uh Roberto Luongo, I think would probably be the standout here. Yeah. Roberto Luongo is probably a really good nominee. So I want to put Luongo in the like honorable mention and maybe the waiting list for the Mount Rushmore of number ones right
Yeah.
now.
I think he's probably going to have to wait because we're going to find some NFL guys that are going to get in there. Warren
Yeah.
Moon would be one I think could be considered a Hall of Famer. You've
Yeah.
got Cam Newton,
Yeah.
very strong quarterback, Super Bowl MVP. You've got current Jamar Chase. You've got current quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, whatever his name is. Tua. I just call him Tua. But
Yeah.
yeah, all those guys. So NFL, I think you've got to put Warren Moon in there, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? Like, yeah, did and Warren Moon wore number one for his career, yeah, his whole career. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Warren Moon's pretty deserving.
Yeah, so Ozzie Smith and Warren Moon are in, and we've got a whole slew of guys that we need to be considering.
Yeah.
But you probably still want to get NBA work here.
And you mentioned Jamar Chase already, right?
I did. Very, very
Yeah.
good player on a
Yeah.
trajectory to have an amazing career. So I don't know. Is he automatically in? I don't know. We're going to find out in the NBA here.
Yeah, NBA, let's see. So like current guys like LaMelo Ball,
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Muggsy Bogues was number one for his career. Yeah, this is Baron Davis when he was a Charlotte and New Orleans Hornets. Or Anthony Edwards is I think Anthony Edwards changed. I think he changed. Yeah. He's number 5 now, so he wouldn't be on there. James Harden wears it now, but I wouldn't say that. Ooh, Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway was number 1 for his career. Yeah, these are a lot of really good players. Yeah, where are you kind of leaning right now as I'm looking through this list here?
Well, so Ozzie and Warren Moon are in. Honestly, I'm okay with. I mean, Penny Hardaway is the guy, right? Like, he's a dude.
He's good now. Yeah, there's a couple others here that as I'm scrolling down the list, Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, T-Mac
for his whole career. Tracy
mean,
McGrady's a pretty good one. I would put Tracy McGrady over Penny Hardaway. I don't think Penny Hardaway's a Hall of Famer. I know Tracy McGrady is a Hall of Famer. I don't think Penny's in the Hall of Fame.
I'm good with it. Ozzie Smith, Warren Moon, Tracy McGrady, and we've got lots of options for number 4.
Yeah. Eventually, it's going to be Victor Wembanyama. But not yet. I mean, Zion Williamson also.
Jamar Chase has a great argument that he would eventually be him too.
All right, so who do we have officially in?
Warren Moon, Ozzie Smith, and Tracy McGrady.
I'm good with Cam Newton being the 4th one.
Yeah.
I mean, won an MVP.
Yeah.
Went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He is by Pro Football Reference the second best player only behind Warren Moon to wear number 1.
And was legendary in college.
Yes.
Was legendary in the NFL, and still holds a pretty common, popular place now. As a whatever he is, commentator, whatever. So is he with Amazon? Is that really kind of all he's with, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we hear
Amazon,
him.
or is it? Yeah, I don't. Even
we hear him. We see him. He still talks about the NFL. So three ways there. He's a college guy, an NFL guy, and now he's still in the limelight. Yeah, I'm good with it.
And a fashion icon.
Yeah, fashion icon. Ozzie Smith, Warren Moon, Cam Newton, Tracy McGrady. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
That's a pretty damn good list. And obviously there are many, many great number ones as well that we've just, didn't get to, but I feel pretty good about that list.
Jamar Chase is currently throwing a temper tantrum on the sidelines.
Yeah. But like, if we do this in 10 years, we could have Jamar Chase and Victor Wembanyama both on. And then we have to totally redo the mountain, but that's okay.
We would forget about who Warren Moon even was in 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good number one Mount Rushmore, man. So good job there. All right, it is 10:03. Let's wrap things up. A quick reminder that you can follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter, wherever you get your or I should say no W at the end. I got ahead of myself because I should say wherever you get your podcasts, that's where you'll find all 101 episodes of the show. Spotify, Apple, iHeart. Make sure to subscribe so that way you get notified every single time a new episode drops. And subscribe to Rodney's Stupid Sports Show Substack every single day. He sends free picks right to your inbox. He is up 50 plus units on the year. And if you want picks with expert analysis, it's free. So go ahead and sign up for that on Substack.
Yeah, get signed up for that. A lot of things going on. All the sports going on. It's hard. There's a lot more picks coming in with NHL, NBA will get going, college basketball will get going on Saturdays. You get all the football. So get signed up and enjoy. And it'll come to your box usually in the morning, late to mid morning.
Late to mid morning, people. You heard it here first. All right, we'll be back Friday morning, 8 a.m. to give you our best bets for Week 7. We're already a third of the way through the NFL season.
Wow. Yeah.
That was fast. Very fast. We could have two series end this weekend in Major League Baseball, so could be talking about that as well. And then we're going to have NBA next week. It's back, and Rodney and I cannot wait to do NBA talk and DFS teams. I'm super pumped. I love those first couple weeks of the NBA season. It's so much fun.
We did get a final from Milwaukee. Dodgers won 5-1. So 2-0 in both those series. So yeah, you're right. This weekend could be the end of both those series pretty quickly.
Yamamoto complete game for the Dodgers. So they've had Blake. So it's been Blake Snell going 8 innings and Yamamoto going 9 innings. I guess their millions and millions and millions of dollars in starting pitching has paid off for them now. And the concern about their bullpen doesn't matter because
they don't need it. Yeah, congrats to pitching coach Mark Pryor for getting that done.
Yeah. Mark Pryor is going to go down as a better pitching coach than he was a pitcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the legacy there. Crazy. All right, for Rodney Newpel, I'm Tim Big Shot Bob Van Stratton. We'll talk to you guys Friday morning for another edition of the stupidest sports show on earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpel and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.